Okay, so week 7. We're now going to find ourselves in chapter 9 of the textbook, which covers the period of 1975 to 1994. This chapter is called Goodbye to Aztlan. Read the text; that'll make more sense as it explains. But this was a very important kind of time period as things began to really shift and change for the Mexican Americans. And what we see is some interesting representation of Mexican Americans in two films that we're going to watch. One is Stand and Deliver, and the other is Born in East LA. Now, Stand and Deliver is it's not funny. It's a really good drama with Lou Diamond Phillips, and it is about a math teacher who really teaches kind of the unteachable. He takes a group of outcasts, and it's based on a true story, and he teaches them how to succeed at math, and they pass this really important test. It's a good film, but it gives us a picture of representation, and that's really the point. What we're looking at is kind of how these kids were represented, what they looked like, how accurate it was, and it kind of skirts on some stereotypes and things like that. So the reason why that's important is because we're also going to look at an article called Stereotyping in Films in General and of the Hispanic in particular. And so we're going to see how representation, how stereotype in film makes a difference when it comes to the people that are being represented. So as we saw in Apocalypto, the betrayal of the Maya, if you will, according to Friedel, was a bad thing. It was misrepresentation, and that's harmful. And so we're going to look and see what the tradition has been, the trend, as it were, in stereotyping of Latinos, Hispanics, Mexican Americans. And then there's also another article that is directly related to the Born in East LA film. Born in East LA is a comedy. It's kind of has some raunchiness to it at times. It's Cheech Marin, so he's not known for being straight-laced at all. But anyway, so it's a really interesting film, and it deals with the issue of immigration and what it's like to be Mexican American in LA in the 80s, and it's funny. But there's also an accompanying a PDF file about Cheech as a kind of Moses figure. It gives a really interesting analysis of the film and showing Cheech as kind of Moses taking the Israelites out of the Promised Land, is what Moses, or out of Egypt into the Promised Land rather, and how Cheech is doing essentially the same thing, taking folks out of Mexico into America. So you'll see. So read the article, watch the film, and then take the quiz for week 7. Make sure you complete discussion number 8, and the summary response number 7 is also due this week. So that's my introduction for week 7. One more week and the course will be over. So hopefully you've, at this point, attended your cultural visit and have began to write about your experience there. All right.